Damn, I look like the spokesman for a Brawny commercial. All right, guys, we are back, and it is awesome to see you here today. It's always good to see you. And guys, we're going to be talking about how to improve your photography business in 2020. It's always important to find ways to improve your photography business, but especially important right now, given everything that is going on. Most photographers are coming to grips with the new normal. Events are being canceled, social distancing is in effect, and shelter-at-home situations are becoming more and more common. Rather than spending all your time worrying about what's coming next, why not use this time to improve your business? Now, I've been in the photography industry for nearly 15 years and building companies for over 21 years. If there's one thing that I've learned, it's that there's always something that can be done to improve my business. In today's video, I want to talk to you about some of the critical things that you can make to your business to make it more likely to succeed. This is sound and useful advice anytime, but because of what is going on right now today, it's even more important. I'll also give you details, or rather an inside look, at our current giveaway, which includes some pretty awesome prizes. So, what do you say? Pull up a seat, let's go! Okay, first off, make working from your home work for you. Last week I published a video with a bunch of tips for working from home. If you haven't seen that video, check out the description below for that link. For people like me, working from home isn't anything new, but it might be for you. If that's the case, check out the video where I offer 11 of my best work from home tips that will hopefully help you make an easier transition to spending more of your time working from home. Check out that video and let me know if there are things that you do to make working from home an easier and more productive task. Next, stay in touch with your clients. Now, communication is always important. Matter of fact, it is my belief communication is the biggest building block in any successful relationship. But as we find ourselves more and more isolated, staying in touch with your clients is absolutely paramount. Now, I know it seems like things might never end, but they will. And when things do, you are likely going to be very, very busy. Think about it this way. All the gigs that have been canceled, like weddings, anniversaries, parties, corporate events, and senior photo sessions, will have to be rescheduled to some point. This means you need to be in contact with your clients so that they know you're going to be ready and able to meet their photography needs as soon as life resumes back to normal. I think it's also really important to convey to your clients that you'll be as flexible as possible regarding the rescheduling. I would think that things like wedding venues will be booked, for months and months in advance. So your clients might have to change their venues or possibly even reschedule their event for a date that is far in the future. And just let them know that you're going to be there whenever they need you. Next, learn a new photography skill. If you have more downtime than usual, why not capitalize on that time to learn a new photography skill? Heck, if you're a portrait photographer, learn food photography. If you're a landscape photographer, learn portraiture. If you are a travel photographer, take a deep dive into stock photography. The possibilities here are virtually endless. And fortunately, no matter what new photography skills you learn, they can be an asset for your photography business in the long run. Think about it this way. I'm primarily a landscape photographer, so I'm going to use this extra time I have to work on my portrait lighting skills. I have a couple books that are helping me advance my skills. The first is Light It, Shoot It, Retouch It by Scott Kelby, and the second is Light, Science, and Magic. Light It, Shoot It, Retouch It gives you an easy to understand set of instructions on how to control and shape light. Scott also dives into camera settings, recommended gear, and he even gives you some retouching tips for making your portraits shine. Light, Science, and Magic it's more of a comprehensive look at the principles of lighting. The author goes into great detail about how to set up portrait lighting to get the best results. The book also has a ton of examples with step-by-step instructions, graphs, diagrams, and these are especially helpful if you're a visual learner like I am. And matter of fact, while on topic, I'm going to recommend, if you don't have these books in your photography library, you got to get them. I'm going to put links below for you to check out these books. But back on topic, I think you get the point where I'm leading here. It's easy to sink into the couch and binge watch Netflix. We all know. But keeping your mind occupied, being productive, and actively doing things that can make a real, significant, tangible difference in your business is the better way to go, don't you think? Work on post-processing. Now is a great time to teach yourself some Photoshop and Lightroom tricks that will make it easier and faster for you to enhance your photos. Heck, you could even probably spend an entire day learning the shortcuts that you aren't familiar with these. In addition to learning some fun new tricks with post-processing, you could also dedicate some time to streamlining your post-processing workflow. For example, why not create some Lightroom presets? It'll be beneficial for your photos, and that's something that you can monetize by selling the presets on your website. Additionally, if you really want to beef up your post-processing skills, you can use that to get gigs editing other people's photos. Again, guys, having something that you can monetize never hurts. Video content is king these days, and if you're not capitalizing on it, now is the time to learn how. YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, second only to Google. YouTube pulls in 1.8 billion users each and every month. Man, that is a lot of people that you can reach. I taught myself how to shoot, edit videos, and create a YouTube channel. Guys, you can do the same. It's a lot of work, but it can really pay off. And honestly, it's a lot of fun as well. When you can get in front of people like what I'm doing right now and share an important message and know that you're helping people out, it's rewarding. It's a lot of fun. For example, when people search for a photographer, they want somebody that actually knows what they're doing. By having a YouTube channel, you can show your expertise by creating how-to videos of your process. Guys, go behind the scenes and give potential clients a look at how you do things and why you do them. You can also do video tutorials from lighting, composition, to post-processing, to camera settings. There's tons of topics that you can discuss. And just like you can monetize things with your Lightroom presets, you can also monetize your YouTube channel. Having diversified revenue streams is always a good plan, but it's especially necessary in times like this when your business might be experiencing a drop in income. Next, develop your business skills. Now, I know a ton of photographers that are incredibly talented behind the lens, but maybe don't have the level of business skills that they need to be successful as possible. If you fall into that category, you should prioritize learning some basic business skills. Now, whether it's social media marketing or website design, copywriting, bookkeeping, or something in between, man, there is no lack of business-related skills that you can work on. Here's a prime example. A number of years ago, I didn't know much about SEO at all, but SEO is critically important for your business because if the content you're putting out there is getting buried on page 13 on Google, you aren't going to get much benefit from putting the content out there in the first place. So here's what I did. I sat down, I read a ton of SEO related articles and books. I watched YouTube videos about SEO. I took some online classes. I even reached out to some SEO gurus and picked their brains for advice. Now, while I didn't get into this business to become an SEO expert, my business needed me to be an SEO expert. And because of that commitment of learning, my business had improved greatly on the SEO front. And guys, yours can too. Whatever your weak spot is in business, use this time to address it, and then you'll find that you're in a far better position to be successful because of your commitment to learning right now, today. Here's one that's probably going to hit it home with a number of you out there. Update your website and your portfolio. If it's been a couple years since you last updated your website, now might be a good time to give it a refresh. These days, you don't need to be a website designer to create a beautiful website to serve as your online storefront. Services like Wix, Squarespace, and Zenfolio make it super easy for you to build something that looks good, that highlights your photography, and that's easy for your potential clients to navigate. Likewise, if you haven't curated your photos in your portfolio lately, be sure to give it a refresh. Your portfolio should showcase your very best work. Choose the top 20 images, the tip of the sword. Look at these are the tip of the sword, the quintessential of work that represents you as a photographer. Don't go picking out like 200 images. That's just going to overwhelm a potential client. Stick with the top 20 or so, guys. Make sure your images are up to date as well. Your photography style, even the kind of photography that you do might be evolving, so recent work will be most representation of what you can offer to your clients. Next, create an email list. A few minutes ago, I talked about the importance of keeping in touch with your clients. Having an up-to-date email list goes along with that tip. Email marketing can be extremely effective for photographers, but if you don't have an email list or one that is set up or is woefully out of date, it won't do you much good. Start by creating a spreadsheet in each person's name, email address, and other contact information. Then get yourself set up with an email provider that can send out marketing emails once a month or every few months. Mailchimp is a great program that's used a lot by businesses and is relatively inexpensive. Gmass is a Gmail plugin you might also want to consider that allows you to send out mass emails right from Gmail itself. The point isn't to bombard people with emails all the time, but occasional emails about sales promotions or just saying hello to the people that you work with can lead to quite a bit of business. Reach out to colleagues. I know that photography is a competitive business, but photographers are also part of a community that needs to be supportive of one another through the thick and thin. Get in touch with other colleagues in your area, ask what they are doing to handle the current situation. Offer advice that you might have for staying productive in tough times. You might even organize a photography outing. Getting out in fresh air and talking shop with other photographers from a safe distance, of course, can do wonders for your mood. And assuming that you're not in a shelter in place like we are here in California right now. But besides, beefing up your connections with other photographers can help your business down the road. I know many photographers that get overloaded with clients who refer clients to one of their competitors. Guys, you want to be that someone that your colleagues send those referrals to. This also applies to related industries. So if you're a wedding photographer, make contact with local florists or event space bakers, dress shops, and so forth. You see where I'm leading with this? Ask what you can do to help. Offer to take new photos of them for their website. Take some shots of their products that they can use on their online store. By investing time and energy in your network and colleagues now, they will return the favor later, particularly once things improve and go back to normal. Clean and organize your gear. When you're busy, finding time to thoroughly clean your gear can be tough. Now that you might have a little bit more time on your hands, make the most of it. This isn't all about getting everything neat and tidy either. When you clean your gear, you should inspect everything too. If you identify a potential problem now, you can get it fixed so your gear is ready to rumble when business picks up again. And what's more, gear that's clean and well taken care of will last far longer. So this tip is all about extending the life of your gear that you have. You and I both know how expensive photography gear can be. So when times get tough, getting the most out of your gear you have is super important. If you also do an inventory of your gear, you might find that you have a lens here or a filter set there that you no longer use. Heck, clean it up, put it up for sale, and maybe you can make a little extra money to stash away. Lastly, and probably one of the most important tips here, stay positive. Even when things are grim, there's always the hope that things can get better. It's essential for your mental health to stay positive. If you have a positive attitude, you'll have more energy, more desire to be productive, and that's exactly, my friend, what you need right now. And speaking of which, talking about all of this actually reminds me of a movie, Cinderella Man. If you saw it, you may see where I'm leading with this, it's actually based on a true story that takes place back in the Great Depression. The main character, James J. Braddock, played by Russell Crowe, was a successful boxer before the Great Depression. But then he broke his right hand, which in the movie, he was known for his right hook. Well, that ended his career right there. But he got a job working at the docks that allowed him to strengthen his left hand. Long story short, he eventually got back into the ring, only now he had a wicked left hook that made him a top fighter again. The movie ends with Braddock taking on the world heavyweight champion, and he wins. Photographers are sort of in the same boat right now. Things were great and we've gotten knocked down, but you have to get back up. Learning how to improve your business now instead of later will put you ahead of the game when this is all over. Think about it this, when you look at some of the greats out there, some of these people got to where they are, not because they had an easy path. No, hell no. They got to where they are because they fell down more than anybody else out there, but they learned how to get back up. The more you enable yourself to hit the ground running, the more marketer you will be and the more money you will earn. So use these tips, get working on improving your photography business, and come back better than ever with your own left wicked hook. And if you want a little more inspiration, stories of people coming out on top, I have one more book that I highly highly recommend for you. It's by Malcolm Gladwell, called Outliers. It's one of my favorite books with all sorts of stories of people coming out on top. I'll put a link down below as well. The last thing I want to discuss with you is our current giveaway. We have 4 really great prizes that will go out to 4 lucky winners. A GoPro Hero 8 Black, a GoPro Hero 7 Black, a Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, and a $100 Adorama gift card. Each winner is also going to get a Octopad, which happens to be a fantastic little camera support that I use all the time. The contest is going on right now and it ends April 15th, 2020. Here's what you need to do to enter. Step 1. Like this video. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos of ours that you watch and comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So check out some of our other content and drop some comments. Step 3, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That's it. For complete details on the giveaway, check out the description below. Well, there you go, my friend. A few tips to help your business and help you become more marketable than some of the other noise in your area. If you found this video to be helpful, hit the like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We really would love to have you part of the community here. And while you're at it, smash the hell out of that bell to be notified each time that we come out with a new video. So I'm going to jump off here and you get out there, stay healthy, and create your best shot.